Ooh, alright, well, so this is the answers video for my 5K Q&A. So thank you guys for asking questions, thank you guys for supporting me, thank you guys for just everything, I guess. Cause y'all sexy, the Jam Squad is a sexy, see, I bred you guys to be sexy. Listen, it goes like this, honestly, like this is an equation, a mathematical equation of how the Jam Squad became so sexy. It honestly starts with the birds and the bees. Yeah, we're not getting into that. We have a good bit of questions to answer. And I don't want this to be up to 20 minutes. 15 minutes is the max. So let's see what we can do. Alright, let's see what we can do. I got my water here. When my throat starts getting dry from sucking too many. So I have the questions on my phone. I'm scrolling down to get to the bottom, and then we're gonna start it off. So, first question. Giggity923. He says, Jamm3r, what made you want to make Vita? What made you want to make videos about the Vita? So, my channel wasn't originally a Vita channel. You know what I mean? I started off with, I guess you could say, handhelds, PSP in particular. I was making PSP hacking videos, and the main reason why I started that was because all the hacking tutorials and stuff like that on YouTube, the people were basically just bragging and just stealing views, and I hated that. I was like, I'm gonna make a hacking video show, and I'm gonna show people with all the links they need to do that. And from there, that video got so many views, it got removed, and I just kept on making PSP hacking videos. And I found myself in the wrong place, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be a PSP hacking YouTuber, you know, because one, that's just so risky. You probably could get removed and stuff like that. So I was like, I really don't want to do this. So whenever NGP, that's what the Vita was first called. It was first called the NGP, Next Generation Portable. That was its code name. So when they got announced, I started making NGP videos, and that was a perfect opportunity for me to transition from PSP hacking to Vita. So that's what, I guess you could say, that's what made me want to make Vita, and I was just so unbelievably hyper for the Vita. So I guess they're both kind of tied, and I was excited for it, and I wanted to get away from that, and it was a perfect way, you know. So because I just enjoyed YouTube so much from what I was doing. Next question is from a faggot named the Vita Hub, or should I say the PlayStation Hub. Why is your name the Vita Hub, dude? Your name was the PlayStation Hub before you stopped, so what are you doing? Boy. He says, why doesn't the Vita Hub upload anymore? Well, first off, I don't know who the Vita Hub is, so I can't really help you here. No, but for real, I don't know why you don't upload, dude. Why are you asking me, fam? I'm not a genie. Or, not a genie. Anime teen, that's not even a name, that's not a person, it's an anime. He's a teen that watches anime. He says, Jamm3r, why can't I think of a real question? It's because you're a real nigga, alright? Real niggas don't need questions. We just need answers. So I'm giving you answers. That's why I'm a real nigga. BendyLegs123 says, Jamm3r, are you black? And I'm saying, no, I'm not black. Are you blind? Can't you see the white? What the fuck? SmithRX1 says, hey Jamm3r, what's your favorite PS4 game? I'm gonna have to say Bloodborne. Very good game. Very fun. Shiku says, hey Jamm3r, so you watch anime? Yes, I do. And Shiku, if you're watching this right now, I'm just gonna say yes, but there's another question about anime that you might have had you didn't ask about top anime. Whenever we get to that question, I will answer that. So yeah, I do watch anime though. Surgeon of Death says, Jamm3r says, why is your house always empty when you record videos with Young Jay? Basically, it's because, I don't know how to put this. When he comes in the house, nobody likes this dude, okay? Nobody likes this dude, like literally. So when he comes in the house, people just leave. They're like, all right, Mickey, that's my name. We're leaving. We can't deal. We can't stand this nigga. Like, we gotta get out. We'll be walking the street, or we'll be go to the store. We'll be back. Niggas just don't like him. They just don't like him. The Manny Swag 149 says, do you have a PS Vita Slim? No, I don't, but I really do want one. And I almost bought a PS Vita Slim whenever I was having trouble with my Vita right now, but I was able to fix my Vita, thankfully. I was able to fix it, so I didn't get a PS Vita Slim. But if anything happens to that one, I'll definitely be getting the Slim one, so yeah. Mr. Borkowski 2.0 says, why isn't the Vita getting any more AAAs anymore? I mean, it is, but then it's not. And the reason is, it's a very complex reason. I don't want to get into this. But to put it shortly, the Vita is too powerful for the market. It's the current handheld market. It's too powerful for it. I didn't want to explain it, but I'm going to explain it real quickly. It's too powerful for itself because the handheld market is made for phone games, and phone games are short, sweet, simple, not very powerful. 3DS, not that powerful games. It does have its fair share of powerful games, but for the most part, it's short, simple games, or Mario games, just for kids basically. But then the Vita, on the other hand, it's very powerful. It's made for almost console, basically console quality gaming on the go. It's basically made for that. And whenever you spend all that money for that and you don't get nearly half of that in return, you're not gonna survive in the market. You're just not gonna survive. Butterby said, "What are your favorite anime, Jammer?" So, your favorite, I don't know if he means my one favorite. Okay, I think that's what I mean. My one favorite is Hunter x Hunter. If you have not watched Hunter x Hunter, pause this video. Alright, now come back and watch Hunter x Hunter. Wait, pause it, watch Hunter. Liam Young, he says, "When will you do a giveaway?" How about this? 6K, I'll do a giveaway. Let's do that. So let's get there quick. Dominic Gomes says, what's the origin of the name Jammer, and do you script your videos? The origin of the name Jammer, that's a funny one. Jammer, it's nothing sentimental, it's nothing deep. It's simply from Mega Man Battle Network, I believe 4 in particular, because 4, I played the hell out of Mega Man Battle Network 4, and you know how they have that static design for enemies in games in general? Well, this green guy was a static enemy for enemy navies in Mega Man Battle Network 4. And one of them, he was like the leader of a bunch of them. So he's like at the front while there's like a stack of them behind him. And his name was Jamm3r. I don't know what it was about that name. I thought it was cool as shit. And then I was about to use Jamm3r, but then it looks dumb. You cannot tell me that having a J this size, then letters like this, and then E, because E would be like this, but then when you put 3, it's bigger. It's like the same level of J, and it just looks so cool. And then the R at the end, the small R, it's the coolest looking name ever. And you know it, and you know it. That's literally the origin of Jamm3r. Yeah, because I don't know if you mean the name or the channel, because the channel was just originally made for a channel to comment on videos, you know, nothing more, nothing less. I didn't make this channel with the mindset of making videos, you know, and yeah, that's just how it happened, man. And do I script my videos? Yes and no. 85% of the time, no, but then that last 50% is for like videos that I want to be professional, or I want, if it's like a top 5 or a review. I've only done like 2-3 reviews on YouTube, but you know, those are scripted. Top 5s are scripted. Like just countdown videos are scripted. You know, it's just a feeling that you get whenever I need to script it, and when I don't need to script it. Hayabusa Max says, "How did you meet Young Jay? What's your favorite animes? Favorite Vita game?" Young Jay, he was actually a homeless person on the street rapping, okay? He had his mixtape in a CD, dude. I'm not even kidding. And he was trying to sell it for at least $1 because he was just trying to go get some McDonald's, okay? And I said, you know what, fam? I'm gonna bring you up as my child. I brought him up. Favorite animes, I did say, I already said Hunter x Hunter, World Trigger. Not even done with the anime. It's my favorite. It's my second favorite anime. World Trigger is very freaking good. Tokyo Ghoul was really good. Naruto, I like it. Obviously, I like it. Dragon Ball Z is good. Dragon Ball Super is good. Dragon Ball's good. You know, stuff like that. I can't think right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those. I'm going blank. Maggie is a good one. There's so many. If you really do want like an in-depth list, I could try to give you that. If you comment and you say you want more animes, I will tell you, but right now off the top of my head I can't think. But favorite Vita game, Freedom Wars by far. The Napoleon 78 says, would you rather eat 1,000 parasitic, I can't talk, parasitic insects or drink a gallon of hot sauce? And how old are you? I hate hot sauce a lot, but I'd have to drink a gallon of it. I'm not eating insects, hell no. and I'm 18. I should be 20. In like my age group, my graduation class, all that stuff, I should be 19 or 20, but I was young for my grade. I'm 18 now, but I will be 19 by September 26th. You know, so 2015 is 19 year. Seth G said, "What's your favorite game of all time?" Favorite game of all time is gonna have to go to Medal of Honor Heroes for the PlayStation Portable. My first game that I ever went like hardcore, and I was like 14 and 13 at the time, and I was like in a clan. We had clan battles. We had a forum of our own for our clan, and it was intense. That's the greatest game, my favorite game of all time. That Kitso GoPro MFME, he says, "Who's your idol?" I don't exactly have an idol. I have some people I look up to. In terms of YouTube, I was gonna say YouTube. In terms of I look up to YouTube, it's probably gonna be the Gamer2323. That's probably one of the only YouTubers I actually like watch. I just love how he's naturally funny. He doesn't do no editing. He's naturally just a funny person, and I love it. I just love it. So he's like, I guess you can say my idol. Next one says Lethal Short 6145. He says, "How old are you?" I said that 18. Do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? I do not. One, I'm in college, and two, I almost did when I was about to graduate, but I was graduating and she just could not bear it. I was alright with it. I was like, I mean, that's cool. You know, when you have a girlfriend, that's whenever the temptations come. That's whenever you're the hottest guy on campus. That's whenever every girl just wants to F your brains out. Whenever you're taken. Whenever you're single, oh, nope, you're ugly as shit. You know you black. I am not. Hot Skull 2209 says, "What did it feel like getting ass for the first time?" Well, it was actually, you know, I was in my car. Yeah, we're not getting into that. And then he has a real question though. He says, "Did it feel weird recording your first YouTube video?" Actually, it didn't. It did not. When I think back at it, it was sort of, it felt natural. And I think that's part of why I feel like I'm cut out for this, you know. I feel like it was just natural for me, you know what I mean? It didn't feel weird. Let me close this because people are looking at me. Crafted Uncharted PS Vita, he says, "How do you record your PlayStation TV and PlayStation 4? Like, how do you connect HDMI splitter 1x2 to PC and record, show, or explain recording set?" Or he said, "Record, show." Oh shoot. I used to be real confused about it, but I got it. You have HDMI into your TV, that goes into your Elgato or whatever capture card it goes into the HDMI out. That's the first HDMI cord. TV into HDMI out of your capture card. Then there should be a USB cord that goes into your computer. And then the HDMI in goes from the capture card into the HDMI splitter into the, it should be the right side of the, it should be the side of the splitter that has two ports because it's a 1x2. The two side goes, that's where the HDMI from the capture card goes into, and then the other side of the HDMI splitter that does not, that only has one HDMI, that part goes into the PlayStation TV. There you have it. You can record. If you really do want, and like if that didn't make sense to you, you weren't able to do it, then I can record a video, but there are other videos on YouTube, so you know you can search them. Fulton Hall says, "It is said that I have a 60 GB worth of Vita memory." Bruh, it's not sad, it's crazy. 60 gigabytes. That's like, 32 is like $100 on a bad day, 80 on a good day. So that's like 32, 6, 8, 48, and then something else, 8 or whatever, you know. That is impressive. That's impressive. That is, wow, I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous. That's crazy. You should not be sad. You should be proud. You should walk around town saying, "I have 60 gigabytes of memory on my Vita," because that's a lot of freaking money.